the second test case. Okay, so like we said, we will leave only one field with an error. So for example, the username. We can enter an invalid username. So what is an invalid username? So for example, we can assume that the username should not be less than 3 characters. Okay, or 2 characters. For example, in Arabic, we have a name that's called Ali. Ali, A-L-I, so this is a name. We have some people who have a name in Japanese, for example, which is you, Y-U, not Y-O-U. So in this case, the minimum username characters is 2. So let's try a username with 1 character. So in this case, we can say 7, sign up with an invalid username characters, for example. Okay, so this is 7.1, 7.2. Okay, so enter only 1 character in the username field and enter, we can say enter or fill all other fields with valid data, then click on sign up. So here an error message appears, but it will tell the user, telling the user that username must be at least 2 characters. Okay, we can continue by choosing one invalid test case for each field, or we can continue testing all the test cases inside the invalid username. Both of them is correct. It depends on your project. If you have enough time, okay, we will finish all the test cases that are related to the username, then test other fields. So for example, what can we test also in the username? We can leave it empty. We can register with a username that is already taken. We can register with a username that contains many characters, for example, 200 characters. This is the third choice. We can also have a 4th test case for localization testing. Localization testing means that we test in another language, okay? So in all Latin languages, English, French, Spanish, Italian, German, have Latin characters, A, B, C. But what if we register with a username that is written in Arabic, or in Japanese, or in Indian? This is localization testing. So all of these are test cases. So we have number 8, for example, register or sign up with an already used username, right? So we can take this and edit it. So we can say enter an already used username, right? And the error message appears telling the user that this username is already taken. Okay, this is the first test case, 8.1. This is 8, 8.1, 8.2, 8.3. Then we can take this, add it here. Test case number 9, sign up with a very long username. Okay, so enter a very long username. We can say 200 characters. Okay, and then error message appears saying the user that the username must not exceed, for example, 50 characters. It depends on the requirements. Okay, so then we can, like you see, writing the test cases is taking less time, okay, because we are just copying, pasting, and just editing the fields that need to be edited. Then 10, 10.1, 10.2, 10.3. This, like we said, sign up with, we said empty. We didn't enter the empty. So with empty username, okay, so we can say leave username field empty, fill all fields. Error message appears telling the user that username can't be left empty. Of course, the error message should change based on the scenarios that we are doing. Then the last one, like we said, sign up with username in different language. So we can say enter here, enter an Arabic username, for example Tariq. Okay, sign up. Here the registration. What would happen when I enter an Arabic username? The registration process completes successfully, or we can say, we can take this, if you remember, the expected result of the normal test case should happen. Why? Because this is a valid test case. Okay, this is a valid test case. It is not invalid, but it is an abnormal scenario in the valid test case. Okay, so this is testing case. Of course, we have other languages. We have also a combination. You can have a username which has numbers and characters. So for example, Tariq123, this is a test case. Or Tariq in Arabic and next to it, Tariq in English. So this is another test case. If we think, we will not finish thinking, okay? There is no maximum number of test cases for any functionality inside our application. So even if you can't think of other test cases, think of them and write them. So this is the username